we did the premiere last night, I could choose any of the formats and I went for IMAX.
We are so excited at Cineworld to be bringing the movie Alien Romulus in IMAX, especially with the expanded aspect ratio, so there's even more picture for the audience to see.
This place gives me the creeps. What the hell is this?
I don't know.
Why should people go and see this film on such a massive screen?
I think there's nothing more immersive than a massive screen, and particularly IMAX with that sound. And also, like I said, on this one, we did put out a version for IMAX that has a big aspect ratio, so you see more of the film. I mean, I think it's my preference. When we did the premiere last night, I could choose any of the formats and I went for IMAX.
It's my favorite, and I'm so interested you mentioned the sound, because IMAX obviously is not only a massive screen, it's also a hugely immersive sound system. And the sound, especially at the beginning of the movie, is so unnerving. It's so mechanical and not of this world. Talk to me a little bit about how sound plays such an important part in Romulus.
I think that's a signature of the Alien movies in general, right? They have amazing scores, but they really used strategically. They don't, even if you look at Aliens or Alien, they don't have a lot of music. They have there's some beautiful musical moments, and then the music is gone for most part. And then when it comes back, it really has an impact on you because of its absence. You know, if the music is there all the time, you become numb to it and you just don't listen. You don't hear it anymore. So it was the same approach. So that means that you end up with very long moments of only sound design. And sometimes even in this movie, like very long moments of sound design and no dialogue whatsoever, which just makes for pure suspense and tension for very extended periods.
And that suspense and the tension is so intrinsic to the horror genre, as is the sort of claustrophobic element of this. With IMAX being such a big format, and the claustrophobic, that's kind of a contrast. Was it fun as a director to play with that idea?
I think that is also another part that Alien introduced, 4 or 5 years ago. Like that was a movie that had all those claustrophobic moments of like very tiny spaces of a person, just, Ripley running through those corridors. But at the same time, you cut outside, it had incredible visuals and a scope that was, amazing to see. At the very beginning, even when they go down into the ship, there's this like massive shots of tiny people going down, rappelling down into the spaceship, and even the shots of space. So the combination of big scope wonder and claustrophobic horror, it is the essence of Alien, right?
The franchise in general is so iconic, obviously. Yeah. As a storyteller, what is it that brings you to this franchise and feels like you want to say something new?
Yeah, well, I think it's just as a fan of the franchise, there was a movie that I hadn't seen, and that I wanted to see, right? And in a way, it was kind of taken back to the original, to that horror and that action, those action roots of the Alien and Aliens. But I knew if I combine those two things, it will create something completely new that hadn't been seen before. And that's Alien Romulus. It's like the rebel child of those two films that look like its parents, but doesn't want to be his parents, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And as a fan of the original, it was a treat to go and see this one. So thank you, Fede.
Whatever comes, we'll face it together.
Let's go.